Hi guys, my name is Christine, and today I'm going to be talking about 3 simple daily habits to transform your life in 30 days. So these really are 3 very simple things that you can start implementing today that over a 30-day period will actually really help improve your life situation, even if it's just improving your mental health, okay? So these are the 3 simple daily habits that will transform your life in 30 days. So the first one is to journal, right? Or to do what I like to call a brain dump, which is basically where you just get all of these thoughts that you have down on paper, right? Because maybe you're overwhelmed, maybe you're stressed about something, or maybe you're just upset about something, maybe something's bothering you. And it's a good idea at the start of the day, and even at the end of the day, to do something like a brain dump where you just write down all of your thoughts, all of your feelings about certain different things. It might even be, you writing down ideas. Like a brain dump can be pretty much anything. You can put anything on that page, right? So you may even want to write down some ideas, some things that you've been thinking about wanting to do, your thoughts on those things. It's a good idea to just get everything down that is just kind of like whirring around in your head, because it can help bring some clarity to those situations, especially if you're going through a stressful time. Like once you wrote everything down and you look through that, right, sometimes it can make it seem actually a little less intense, and it can kind of minimize basically the issues that maybe you're facing, right? So it can really help bring that clarity to you, and it can help you feel a lot better about yourself and your situation, because some of the things you write down may be serious, but some of them may not be as serious as you thought they were now that you've wrote them down. Okay, so doing a brain dump and journaling is going to really help with that, and also with journaling as well. It doesn't have to be like a dear diary thing. It could be just writing down different things that you want to accomplish. It could be writing down your goals. It could be writing down pretty much anything that you want it to, right? But you want to use it that is beneficial to you, right? You want to use it that you feel is actually going to work out for you. Okay, that you would find helpful, right? There's no right or way wrong of journaling, in my opinion. As long as you're writing down what you want to write down and it makes you feel good and it makes you feel better and it brings you some clarity, then that's all that really matters. Okay, so that's the first daily habit: journaling, doing a brain dump, that sort of thing. Okay, that can really help transform your life. Okay, so another thing that's going to help you is doing at least 20 minutes of exercise. Now, the reason I say 20 minutes is because it's a lot more easier to do, a lot more manageable. Now, it may be the case that, for example, maybe 20 minutes is too much, right? And let's say you really need to take some baby steps with that. Let's say you haven't exercised in a long time. Then it may be the case that you want to cut it down to maybe something like 15 minutes, right? Because everyone can fit in at least 15 minutes of walking, of doing a little bit of cardio, of doing a bit of lifting weights or something like that. Everyone can fit that amount of time in to do some sort of form of activity. Right now, if you're already doing more than that, then it's great. Just continue to do more than that. Like if you're already someone who works out regularly, if you're someone who always does like 30 minutes of exercise every single day, then obviously that's already transforming your life and that's great. But this is specifically for those people that probably aren't doing those things, right? And if you are, though, as well, if you are exercising a lot already, then maybe you can do something a little bit more challenging, because perhaps maybe the thing that you always do is you always go out running or something like that. Well, how can you make that a little bit more challenging for yourself? Perhaps you take with you a few bottles of water in a backpack, so you've got like a bit of extra resistance or something like that. There's always ways that you can improve and do a little bit more with any kind of exercise routine. But obviously just be very careful about it, and always speak to your doctor before changing your exercise regimen and stuff like that, because I'm not a doctor, right? And I'm not going to tell you that you should do these things without obviously getting the consent first from your doctor to make sure that it's safe for you to do so. Because there's some people who are watching this that may be unwell, they have some sort of disease or disability, and they may need some extra assistance with that. But also, if you go to a gym, right, then that's good, because you can have like a trainer to help you and to spot you and to make sure that you're doing okay. So that's always good as well. But if you are exercising on your own, then it is really a good idea to ask a professional help, to get professional advice before taking on any kind of new exercise regime, especially if you haven't exercised in a while. But just doing something simple, just 20 minutes of exercise, or 15 if you really want to scale it back, can really help you over a 30-day period, especially if you stick to it. Right, that can really help you and make you feel better about yourself, make you feel good. And it will get you into the habit of exercise, right? And what's really cool about just starting small and just doing 15 or 20 minutes of exercise is that after a month has gone by, let's say you've done that for 30 days and you've mastered it and you've done it consistently, then you can add more time, or you can make it a little bit more challenging for yourself in some way. Like you could add like an extra 5 minutes, or you could add some extra resistance with your weights in some way, right? There's always something you can do to improve later on so you can get a little bit better. Okay, so the third and final simple daily habit that can transform your life in 30 days is not procrastinating. Now, this is probably one of the toughest, right? Because sometimes, we can't help but procrastinate sometimes. But if you learn to battle that, and you learn to battle your own sort of like inner demons and overcome procrastination, right? If you can really start really focusing on that and doing basically what you need to do, whether you feel like it or not, over a 30-day period, can actually really get you into the habit of actually eliminating procrastination from your life totally, right? Especially if you keep it up after the 30 days too, right? So not procrastinating and getting yourself in gear and doing the things that you know that you need to be doing. And I think as human beings, we all know what we should be doing day in and day out. We all know that perhaps we should be getting up a little bit earlier, to have some time to read or to exercise. We all know that we should be eating the right things. We all know that we should be working on our businesses if we have businesses. We all know that we should be, spending time and making sure that we care for our family, calling our parents up, that kind of thing. We all know what we should be doing day in and day out. We all have an idea of that. Another example is if you're a student, you know that you should be taking time, at least half an hour a day, to just, do some studying and stuff like that. Right? We all know what we should be doing. We all know what those things are. We all have like an internal to-do list of how we would like our day to go and what we should actually be working on. But sometimes fatigue and procrastination take over, right? And we fail to do those things. And what it does is it lowers our self-esteem. We don't feel as good about ourselves because we're kind of going against our own values, because we know what we should be doing, but then we're not doing it, right? And that lowers your self-esteem. It makes you feel less proud of yourself, because at the end of the day, when your head hits the pillow at night, right, you're thinking about all the things that you should have done and you feel like you've wasted the day, and that's not going to make you feel good about yourself. But if you don't procrastinate over a 30-day period, that's going to make you feel amazing about yourself. It's going to make you feel amazing each day you do the things that you know you should be doing, right? So if you do it over a 30-day period, you're going to feel incredibly proud of yourself by that time. And what it's going to do is not only is it going to help with all these different things that you're working on, things that you may be procrastinating on. So let's say you're a student, you're going to have like a good 30 days of different studying sessions that you've put in. So that's going to help with your exams or whatever it is that you're having to do, your essays, right? And if you've got a business, and obviously you've helped your business by working on it for 30 days or something like that, or it might be you've got a blog or a YouTube channel, you've been working on that, you've been doing that you've improved, you've done a lot, right, over a 30-day period, right? And that's going to make you feel really good about yourself. That's going to make you feel really proud of yourself, and it's going to have made a difference. Now, it may not be an astronomical difference, but because you're now in the habit of doing it, because you've been doing it for 30 days, that's going to make you feel amazing, and you would have improved. And it would have helped you get into the habit to be more consistent with these things. And it's going to make you feel really good about yourself. So these things, basically what I'm talking about here, is not only going to transform your life practically, but they're going to transform your life mentally as well. And it's going to really boost your self-esteem, make you feel good about yourself, make you feel confident about yourself, make you feel more courageous in life. So I highly recommend that you do these 3 things, and that is journal, do a brain dump in the at the beginning or the end of the day, maybe both. Do get in like try and get 20 minutes of exercise, 15 minutes at least every day, and to not procrastinate during the day. If you do those 3 things, you're going to be sky high by the end of these 30 days, even if it's just with the way that you feel about yourself. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally, and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.